start the class, there are a few things that I need to inform you and let you know. One is that from next week or the week after that, you are going to have an LMS. Has anybody used an LMS before? Learning management system කියලා කියන LMS එකක් use කරලා තියෙනවද? Any time before? Anybody? No? Yeah, no, some of you have. මොකද ළමයි, do you all remember during the COVID time? Schools වල එහෙම LMS එකක් තිබ්බේ. Do you all remember that? Some of you might have had classes. As in like LMS එකකින් like classes වලට join classes වල කියන්නේ මේ lessons වල join වෙන්න එහෙමම තියෙනවානේ. So ඒ වගේ hope එකෙත් අපි LMS එකක් හදනවා. So all of you will get a login. So all of you will get username and password. Cannot hear. Can you all hear me properly? Is Shana's in the class? I don't know. Let's see. Okay. So so you will get a username and a password. We are using Zoom. Zoom එක use කරනවා. But link එක කියන්නේ class එකේ link එක ඔයගලන්ට LMS එකෙන් තමයි ගන්න ඕනේ. Next week නෙවෙයි. Next week නම් අපි group එකේ දායි. Next week එකට පස්සේ week එකේ ඉඳලා. One of the main reasons why I decided that is because it's so much easier for both you and me. ඒතර ඔක්කොම lessons, PDFs, notes, worksheets ඔක්කොම ඒකට තමයි දාන්නේ. And also every week, all of you will get a link, Zoom link, and that will also be in the LMS. You have to log in, you have to get the link, and a link click karhama Zoom එකෙන් open වෙනවා. So one of the issues was in the previous few weeks, especially in the maths class, there was an issue with the Zoom link. Every week we use the same link for like grade 10 science class has one link, grade 10 maths class has another link. Link use there can be certain issues. So every week we are going to renew the link and LMS එක දාන්නේ. අනිත් එක තමයි payments ලේසි වෙන්නේ because ඒකත් එක්කම තව දෙයක් තමයි ළමයි this is something that I was asked to inform you from the office. සමහර ඔයගන්ට සමහර කට්ටියට call කරනවා ඇති office එකේ. Regarding your class fees, you are usually supposed to pay the class fees during the first week of every month. But in case you have an issue or if there's going to be a delay, you can inform. WhatsApp එකේ message එකක් දැම්මහම the office will be informed. So then that is okay. But otherwise, you have to inform. Otherwise you have to settle the fees during the first week of every month so that the class running, everything can happen smoothly. If there's going to be delay, please inform the office beforehand. I'm talking about the class payments. Anit එක තමයි Shana's, others can see. Can you log out and log in again? Others can hear me. Maybe there's a connection issue from your end. Log out while I log in. And the other thing is, Nama, your attendance. In your class, the attendance is pretty good, and I'm happy with it. But generally, mang hamoma lamai me message ko me week ke kiyana kele hitwa. Your attendance is very important because every week we track your attendance and we mark an attendance list. And I think from the office, you are getting the attendance list every week, right? Etukota, if you are absent for more than 3 weeks without any prior notice, you will be informed and there might be like action. Mukada, when you're coming to the class, I have a certain responsibility. Ogalan class ekata ahama ඔගලා මගේ ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස් ලා. එතකොට මට responsibility එක තියෙනවා මම උගන්වන දේ ඔගලා ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕනේ. Right? Because I'm giving you a service and you have to receive that service. Right? So I have that responsibility. But if you don't show regular attendance, I can't take that responsibility. What I'm teaching, you are not here to listen. You are not here to learn that. So therefore, if your attendance is not good, I will personally take actions. හැබැයි මොන හරි හේතුවක් හින්දා ඔයගලන්ට මොකරි වැලිඩ් හේතුවක් තියෙනවා නම් please feel free to let know. එහෙම ඔයගලන්ගේ තෝරන තරම් කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා එහෙම excuse කරලා සමහර කට්ටිය සති මේ මාස මට එන්න වෙන්නේ නැහැ but next week onwards මම එනවා ඒ වගේ inform කරලා තියෙනවා. Right, එහෙම inform කරනවා ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ but otherwise without any informing if you're absent that's going to be a problem. Right, attendance I seriously very strictly track. Okay, ඒ ටික තමයි mainlyම කියන්න ඕනේ regarding classes. If you're getting absent, so it's always better to inform, right? Again, Ogolange, I still see that practice. You all are pretty good. Habe කාලෙත් එක්ක even then grade 11 in a kattiya, when they were in grade 10, they were pretty good. Like they informed when they were getting absent. They regularly attended the classes. And even if they are not present, they requested the recordings on time and watched the recording and came. Because in grade 10, you guys are pretty passionate and enthusiastic. O-levels වලට මම හොඳට වැඩ කරනවා කියලා මේ මුල කාලේ හරිම enthusiastically ඉන්නේ. හැබැයි ටිකක් කාලේ යනකොට ඒක ඔයගලගේ අඩු වෙනවා. Then you start like not bothering too much. එතකොට classes attendance අඩු වෙනවා. ටිකක් කාලේ යනකොට මේක වෙන දෙයක් මම කියන්නේ. Like I have been teaching O-levels for 7 years now. So this is something that I have noticed. Attendance අඩු වෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ absent වෙනවා නම් මට inform කරන්නේ නැහැ and then somehow මාස ගණන් absent වෙනවා. Sometimes the parents even pay the fees but the student is absent, right? So it's an utter waste of money. And ඊට පස්සේ absent වුණාම recordings ඉල්ලගෙන අහලා එන්නේ නැහැ ඊළඟ class එකට. So එන්නෙන්න ඔය හොඳ practices ටික නැති වෙනවා ළමයිගේ. So ඒකින්ද මම ඔයාලට දැම්මේ කියන්නේ whatever the good practices you have, whatever the good practices that I'm asking you to have, please maintain them, right? Regular attendance, inform if you're getting absent. Regular attendance, inform if you're getting absent. And if you're getting absent, request the recording, watch the recording and come before the next class. Do the homework and come. May දේවල් ටික හරිම simple දේවල් ටිකක්, right? I'm not asking you to study 24 hours every day. So හැම වෙලෙම මතක තියාගන්න මං grade 11 ළමයිටත් කියන දෙයක් තමයි the first step to getting an A is being present. Right? So let's say you get absent today and you forget to watch the recording also. Next week you come to the class, you have no idea what's happening because you were not in the class during the last week. And you didn't even watch the recording later. එතකොට ඔයාට ඒ ඊළඟ සතියේ ක්ලාස් එකේ වෙන දේවල් මුකුත් තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. එතකොට එදාටත් ඔයාගේ ඔළුවට මොනවත් යන්නේ නැහැ. Right? ඊට පස්සේ ඒක ඔළුවට යන්නේ නැහැ. ඊට පස්සේ වීක් එකට ආවම තවත් loss. So ඕක ළමයි chain reaction එක වගේ වෙනවා. ඒකෙන්ද the first step is that. The first step is being present even if you're absent watching the recording. That's very, very important. That's the first step of getting an A. The rest of the steps I will let you know as we go. Habai, right now, follow that, right? But as I said, I'm not complaining much about your attendance because your attendance is pretty good. Okay, but I'm letting you know so that we can avoid future tantrums of y'all. Okay. With that message, we will start. So last week, as y'all said, we did modern periodic table. Did I give any homework, Lamai, last week? Any homework last week? No? Worksheet එක තමයි මම එවනවා කියලා කිව්වේ නේ. That's what I didn't send. So apart from the worksheet, nothing else. Okay, good. Recently, one of your parents talked to me, my grade 10 student ගෙනගේ parent කෙනෙක් මාත් එක්ක කතා කරා. So something that I told her is that මේ කාලේ ඔයගොල්ලන් unnecessary විදියට stress out වෙන්න ඕනේ නැහැ, right? Again, I'm not asking you to study 24 hours. මම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කිව්වා, did I share that study trick with you where I told you every week දැන් ඉඳන් මේක කරන්න චුට්ට කරන්න, right? Just get into the habit. Every week you have to, every day you have to study science, maths, Sinhala. May subjects tune every day you have to study. පස්සේ ඉතුරු වෙලාවේ අනිත් subjects පාඩම් කරන්න ඕනේ. So you might wonder, okay, let's say it's Tuesday, today කියලා හිතන්න. In the morning you go to school and then you come home at around, let's say 3 or 2:30 or 3, around that. And then you are going to one class, 4 to 6. And then once that class is over, you come home and then you join my class, 7 to 9:30. Then you might ask, so I have no time to study today. එහෙම දවස් තියෙනවා. So එහෙම දවස් කමන්නේ because that kind of days are extremely tiring. So it is okay some days that you don't study. But හිතන්න, among your busy schedule, let's say on a particular day, you have 30 minutes to study. 30 minutes තියෙනවා නම් 10 minutes study science, 10 minutes study maths, 10 minutes study Sinhala. Because these 3 subjects are going to be the subjects that you're going to struggle the most. Sometimes you will be even okay with maths and Sinhala. Science somehow godak struggle karna subject ekak. Sometimes I don't understand why, because science is not that difficult. හැබැයි ඕගොල්ලෝ මුල කාලේ වැඩි serious ගන්න නැතුව අන්තිම මොහොතේ ඔක්කොම cram කරන්න හිටියෝ, you're going to struggle for sure. But just to prepare for that, මම කියන විදියට මේක කරන්න try කරන්න. Even if you have 15 minutes, 5 minutes science, 5 minutes maths, 5 minutes Sinhala. So you're probably laughing. You're like, okay, 5 minutes, what can I do in 5 minutes? Like, 5 study in 5 minutes? What can I do in 5 minutes? Physical classes. Do you think 5 minutes is nothing? 5 minutes kianalamai, a pretty decent period of time. What can you do in 5 minutes? Let's say science. Science, we have done the first lesson and the second lesson. Within 5 minutes, you can maybe revise the first lesson. Maybe first lesson එක පොඩ්ඩක් go through කරගන්න පුළුවන්. නැත්නම් second lesson එක පොඩ්ඩක් go through කරගන්න පුළුවන්. Maybe you can refresh your memory a little. Then what can you do within 5 or 10 minutes since maths? Make find an answer, do a question. Textbook එකේ ළමයි questions තියෙනවා ගොඩාක් maths වල. Before you do that past paper, this past paper, that school paper, that provincial paper, this paper, ඔක්කොම කරන්න කාලේ textbook එකේ questions ටික ඔක්කොම කරලා. Your maths textbook, the government textbook, is exceptional. It's a really good textbook. Right? A textbook එකෙන් තමයි ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ ඔළුව ගොඩක් හැදෙන්නේ. Once you are done with the textbook questions, of course, you can do all these other questions. But ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ ඔළුවට unnecessary විදියට stress එකක් ගන්න එපා. The අම්මලා ගේනවා අර ස්කූල් පේපර් එක, මේ ස්කූලේ පේපර් එක, provincial papers අවුරුදු ගානක ඒවා ගෙදර ගේනවා. දැම්ම මිනම් ඔයගලන්ට කියනවා pass papers කරන්න කියලා. No need. එච්චර කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ දැන්. Right? But now just stick to your textbooks. Okay? And as I said, as a practice, every day go through these 3 subjects. Must. එතකොට හිතන්න, then this is about time management. So you might wonder, okay, what about the other subjects? So you have 6 other subjects, right? So let's say on a particular day, you have 1 hour to study. පැයක් තියෙනවා පාඩම් කරන්න. කොහොමද මම මේ පැය බෙදාගන්නේ? 10 minutes, I'm going to study science. What am I going to study? I'm going to do a displacement time graph or a velocity time graph. Just an example. Then I take 10 minutes and I do a little bit of maths, maybe 1 question. Then the rest of the 10 minutes, I do a little bit of Sinhala. Maybe, මොනවද තියෙන Sinhala පළවෙනි lesson එක? සතරකම් මන්ත්‍රණය. Or මොකක් හරි එකක් පොඩ්ඩක් go through කරගන්න. Maybe like read a page of that. Little things, and the rest of the 30 minutes, what do? You focus on another subject. So ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මම මේ method එක කියද්දී parents and students ලා අහන තව ප්‍රශ්නයක් තමයි, එතකොට focus එක කැඩෙනවානේ. ඒ කියන්නේ විනාඩි 10ක් කරක කරා, ආයෙ තව විනාඩි 10ක් මේක කරා, තව විනාඩි 10ක් මේක කරා, focus එක කැඩෙනවානේ කියලා. මෙහෙමයි. So when you have 1 hour, there is not much time to focus, no. ඒ වගේ වෙලාවට පුළුවන් තරම් පොඩියට හරි කරගන්න එක තමයි the most important. But let's say එක දවසක වාට නිකන් පැය 4ක් විතර තියෙනවා study කරන්න කියලා. Let's say you have 4 hours on a particular day. එදාට you can focus more. Maybe study history for 1 hour. Study commerce for 1 hour. then do more science, like study an entire lesson for 1 hour. ඒ වගේ ගොඩක් time තියෙන දවසක ලොකුවට පාඩම් කරන්න. කියන්නේ දිගට පාඩම් කරන ඒ වගේ දවසට තියාගන්න. Like lengthy studying, keep for days when you have more hours. On days when you have little amount of time, because you have a very packed schedule, I know that. හැමදේම පොඩ පොඩ හරි කරන්න ඕනේ. Science, math, සිංහල වලට focus කරන්න කියලා කියන්නේ because science වල the content, the syllabus content is huge, it's enormous. So ඔයා දවස් දෙක තුනක් හරි එක දිගට start කියන්නේ revise කරේ නැත්නම් you forget certain things. Maths also the same. You lose the practice, you lose the touch. Sinhala මම එහෙම කරන්න කියන්නේ because Sinhala is generally a subject that most of you struggle. Can make a maths problem. Physics question, yes, මොනා හරි කරන්න පුළුවන්. 5 minutes, 10 minutes ඒ වගේ චූටි වෙලාවල් underestimate කරන්න එපා ළමයා. Because y'all are still in the first term, but තව ටික කාලෙකින් ඔයගොල්ලෝ second term යනවා. Then in another few months you'll go to the grade 10 third term, then grade 11, and in no time you will be at the doorstep of O levels. ඔයගොල්ලෝ අන්තිම කාලෙට යනකොට තේරෙයි, even in grade 10 you will feel that, especially for the maths paper, time is one of the most difficult aspects. සමහර වෙලාවට එක විනාඩියක් උගන්න වටිනවා. Let's say you're doing a question, if you got 1 extra minute, you would have been able to finish the question. So don't underestimate time. මොකද දැන් ඔයගොල්ලන් waste කරන time එක you can never bring back, right? Time you can never bring back. It's always going forward and forward only. One more thing that I have to tell you is that don't underestimate little things. Again, ළමයි හිතන දෙයක් තමයි 5 minutes science පාඩම් කරලා වැඩක් නැහැනේ කියලා, but ඒ පොඩි ටික එකතු වෙලා තමයි කවදා දවසක ලොකු දෙයක් වෙන්නේ. Every day if you draw dot by dot, let's say after a month or 2 or 3, you'll have a line. Right? Little things add up. Always remember that. It's not just for science, it's for life. එක හරිම important දෙයක් ඔයගොල්ලෝ life එකේ ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕනේ. චූටි දේවල් තමයි කවදාරි adapt වෙන්නේ. Baby steps every day will be much better than doing nothing. මොනා හරි කරන එක වටිනවා මුකුත් කරන්නේ නැති එකට වඩා. ඒ වගේ චූටි දේවල් ටිකක් කරාම ඇති මේ කාලේ, you don't have to do like papers and all that. මොකද තාම ඔයගොල්ලන් ඉච්චර ඉගෙන ගන්නත් නැහැනේ. So for now, focus on the textbook, focus on revising things, and that would be more than enough. Okay. In the future also, I will tell you certain things that you need to practice on the road to an A. Okay. Mukada, in the past years that I have been spending with the O-level students, there are so many things that I have learned about students. හැම ළමයම හරිම වෙනස්. කොච්චර වෙනස් වුණත් සමහර common දේවල් තියෙනවා හැමෝම ළමයිගේ. Right? So I will maybe share some tips and tricks and how to study and all that in the future. But for now, mami කියපු දේ practice කරන්න. Every day, do a little bit of science, a little bit of maths, and a little bit of Sinhala. Okay? And ituru time එක and its subjects. Okay? Don't you get stressed කියලා අපකට you have to manage stress. මොකද ඔයගලන් තාම චූටි ළමයිනේ, right? Y'all are still 15 years old. You don't have to be stressed out, right? Academic ඒවට stress වෙන එක බොරු වැඩක්. ඔයගලන් දැන් ඉඳන් ගානට manage කරගෙන shape එකේ කරන් ගියොත් it will be okay. අන්තිම මොහොතේ cram කරන්න ගියාම තමයි stress වෙන්නේ. Okay? Anyways, we were doing modern periodic table and we said that in our syllabus we have to learn 20 elements, right? 20 elements. Now, last week up here, let me check from the whiteboard note. Did we learn something about groups and periods last week? No, neither. Groups, periods. In the periodic table? No. Okay. I'm going to draw the periodic table again today. Now, Lamai, you have to study the periodic table. In science, there's not much that you have to memorize. ඒ කියන්නේ අර parrot ගෙනෙක් වගේ කටපාඩම් කරන්න ඒවා ගොඩක් නැහැ. හැබැයි චුට්ටක් තියෙනවා. එකක් තමයි periodic table එක. You will have to memorize this. So this week's homework is that you have to memorize the periodic table and come. Okay? You have to memorize the periodic table and come. You know, in our periodic table, we only have the first 20 elements. So, A20 elements, you have to memorize in the order. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that in the order. And you should also be able to draw the periodic table alone for next week. Is that clear, Lamai? This week's homework, is it clear? Give me a thumbs up if it's clear. I know excuses because I will call out your names and I will ask you to recite the periodic table. බැරි වෙන්න බෑ කාටවත්. මම නම් කියලා කතා කරනවා. Make sure you study it and come. Okay. So we have hydrogen. H is hydrogen. Then helium, lithium, beryllium, මේ order එකට යන්නේ boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, argon, potassium, and calcium. This is our periodic table. These are the first 20 elements. Okay. So, in our periodic table, usually lama in a table, vertically columns. How many vertical columns are there in this periodic table? How many vertical columns are there in the periodic table? Eight. Okay. Yes. There are 8 vertical columns in the periodic table. These vertical columns lamai api mewata kiyawa groups kiyala. These vertical columns we call them groups. Groups lamai we usually label. Api rona 1 2 3 4 kiyala dannat puluwan. But as a general practice, we label them in Roman numerals. 1, Roman number 1. Roman number 2. Roman number 3. Roman number 4. Roman number 5. Roman number 6. Roman number 7. Roman number 8. So these are called groups. Vertical columns are called groups. How many horizontal rows are there? How many horizontal rows are there? Sorry. Horizontal rows. Yeah. There are 4 horizontal rows. These horizontal rows, Lamai, we call them periods. We call them periods. So this is called the first period. So in the first period, we only have hydrogen and helium. This is the second period. In the second period, we have lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. In the third period, we have sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon. Then in the fourth period, we only have potassium, calcium. So we have 8 groups. Excuse me. We have 8 groups and 4 periods. Okay. This is how our periodic table looks like. This is the periodic table that we are going to study in the O-level syllabus. Nathan loku periodic table එක තියෙනවා. ඒක ගොඩාක් තියෙනවා. But we are only studying the first 20. Last week we drew a periodic table, right? Okay, can you all label the groups and periods? If you have two different colored pens, better to use those. Like මන්ද මේ colors දෙකක් use කරලා groups and periods වලට ඒ වගේ ඔයගලත් මේ විදිහටම draw කියන්නේ already අදපු periodic table එකේ මේ ටික add කරගන්න. Quickly.
Teacher, should we draw that?
Yes, you don't have to draw the periodic table all over again because we drew it last week. Just label the groups and periods. Okay? Quickly. Now, done, no? Sorry. Okay. Write a small subtopic. Write a small subtopic. Dividing elements into groups and periods. Write this subtopic. Just write the subtopic and finish, like stop. I will explain it there. Wait, Shanaz, I will send you the link. Can you click on this link and check if you can see? Okay, Lama. Now, let's say you are given a particular element. Without looking at the periodic table, you should be able to decide which period and which group it belongs to. Now, for an example, if you look at this periodic table, let's look at magnesium. What is the group of magnesium? To which group does magnesium belong?
Second group.
2, yes, second group. To which period does magnesium belong?
Third group.
Third one, yes, period 3. Period 3 and group 2. So likewise, now that I told you by looking, that you guys also told, we discussed that by looking at the periodic table. But sometimes even without looking at the periodic table, you should be able to decide to which period and to which group a particular element belongs. Let's see how to do that. My example hai ki meka pennama. So for an example, let's take phosphorus. That's example 1. phosphorus. Phosphorus ge atomic number ka 15. Mass number ka lang phosphorus ke isotopes keypack tiyena. So let me get the right mass number. We'll take as 31. Phosphorus has two isotopes abhi tama kata kare nahe ne. Anyways, phosphorus atomic number is 15, mass number is 31. Okay. So, what is the electronic configuration of phosphorus? What is the electronic configuration of phosphorus?
Two, 8, 5.
Okay. Kushit says 285. Do others agree or do you all have different configurations?
Yeah, I think it's the same.
Same. Okay. Same. Others, what do you all think? Good. So, how did I get the electronic configuration like that? Here I see that the atomic number is 15. If the atomic number is 15, let's revise that a bit. So, from what I gave, we know that the atomic number is 15. If the atomic number is 15, how many protons does this have? How many protons does phosphorus have? Yeah, how many protons? Quickly tell.
50.
15, right?
50.
Yeah. Because atomic number is equal to the number of protons. Then answers tatagal endone, yeah? Atomic number is equal to the number of protons. Here it's clearly given that the atomic number is 15. If the atomic number is 15, the number of protons is 50. And we said in an atom, the number of protons and the number of electrons are equal. So if there are 15 protons, how many electrons are there?
50.
Yes, electrons also 15. And what is electronic configuration? Electronic configuration is how electrons are arranged in each energy level. So if this is the nucleus, this is the first energy level, this is the second energy level, this is the third energy level, like that, right? So mayag electrons 15 in one. We know the first energy level will have maximum 2 electrons. Second energy level have maximum 8 electrons. So 2 plus 8 is 10. 15 can have 5 remaining. That 5 will occupy the third energy level. That is how we got the electronic configuration. Is it clear to all of you, Lamai? Just a little revision of what we did last week. Give me a thumbs up if it's clear. Others? Okay. Now, today's topic is how do we determine the group and period of an element, right? So, when you look at the electronic configuration, now here this is phosphorus. Now, the electronic configuration is 2, 8, 5. How many energy levels carry electrons in phosphorus? How many energy levels carry electrons in phosphorus?
Electrons.
Sorry, Sasheli? The question is how many energy levels carry electrons? Or how many energy levels are occupied by electrons in phosphorus? What do you think?
14.
That's the number of electrons. I'm asking how many energy levels are there in phosphorus? Please give me a second. Put your answers in the chat box. Give me a second. Okay, Lamai. Yes, I have gotten the answer. Yes, correct. In phosphorus, there are 3 energy levels that carry electrons. See, first energy level has 2 electrons. The second energy level has 8 electrons. The third energy level has 5 electrons, right? When we are writing the electronic configuration, Lamai, we put commas and write no. So what we are separating are the energy levels. This is the first energy level, this is the second energy level, this is the third energy level. So there are 3 energy levels carrying electrons in phosphorus. That is the period of phosphorus. Is phosphorus in the third period in the periodic table? Check and tell me. Is phosphorus in the third period? Yes. See, phosphorus here, it's in the third period. Even without a periodic table, if you can just figure out the electronic configuration, what electronic configuration can period decide karana puluwa. Because the number of energy levels is the period of that particular element. Is that clear to all of you? Give me a thumbs up. Munat liyan palamai meva, because I'm going to change this note. I just need to know if you understood it. Good. My next question, listen carefully. How many electrons are there in the outermost energy level? You can answer. How many electrons are there in the, yeah.
5.
In the chat box also I'm getting. Unmute karan pulang kate unmute kal answers kiyanna. Others you can use the chat box. I just need to hear your answers. Right or wrong, it doesn't matter. Yeah. See, this is the outermost energy level. Outermost energy level. See, this is the first energy level, this is the second energy level, this is the third energy level. Third energy level is the energy level that is the most outside, right? So this is the outermost energy level and it has 5 electrons. So how many electrons are there in the outermost energy level? 5. And that is the group of this element. Check Kalabarna, does phosphorus belong to the 5th group? Check and tell me. See? Roman number 1, Roman number 2, Roman number 3, 4, 5. And phosphorus is there in the 5th group. Balan, we didn't look at the periodic table. We just used the electronic configuration and we decided the period and the group only using the electronic configuration. Is that clear to all of you? Thumbs up, please. If any of you have any questions, please do ask.
Miss,
Yes, Sala.
I didn't understand the second question.
How many electrons are there in the outermost energy level?
How to see it?
Okay. So here, if you take phosphorus, this is the first energy level and there are 2 electrons now. So first of all, Sala, did you understand how we got this electronic configuration?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. So what the electronic configuration says is that how electrons are arranged in the energy levels. So in phosphorus, the first energy level has 2 electrons. So first energy level එක කියන්නේ මෙතන තියෙන එක. මේකේ 2 electrons තියෙනවා. Then the second energy level has 8 electrons. So second energy level is this one. This one has 8 electrons. And third energy level has 5 electrons. Third energy level is this one. This one has 5 electrons. So then the third energy level is the outermost energy level, right? එයා තමයි එළියෙන් ඉන්න එක්කෙනා. And it has 5 electrons. That is how we determine the group of this element. The group of a particular element is how many electrons are there in the outermost energy level. Since phosphorus has 5 electrons, we say it belongs to the fifth group. And මෙතනින් අපිට එක confirm කරගන්න පුළුවන්. See? It belongs to the fifth group. Is it clear, Sala?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. Then I think we can start writing, but give me a second. I'm going to do a little bit of changes to this note. मैं උඩ ටික ලියාගන්න ළමයි. The rest of it I will write down here. You can write with me, ළමයි. Then we can save time. Write this, ළමයි, and then underneath I'm going to add a small question. මේ question එකත් ඔයගලන් තනියෙන් කරන්න. මුලින්ම මේක draw කරලා, මුලින්ම මේක write කරලා, and then you do that question as well. Write the note and do the question underneath. Am I done? Did you all find the atomic number of boron? Sorry, period and group of boron. Okay. So what is the period of boron? Before that, okay, before all of that, can you first tell me what is the electronic configuration of boron? What is the electronic configuration of boron? Sorry?
2, 3.
2 and 3.
2, 3.
2 and 3.
Electronic configuration is 2, 3. How many, so what is the period? What is the period? Alamai, what's the period of boron? Yes, others? Second period, ne? Period is 2 or second period. Then what is the group of boron?
Roman number.
What is the group of boron?
Third group.
Third group, not fourth, huh? Yes, third. So, I told you group we usually represent in Roman numerals. So, you have to say group 3. Roman numbers valin thamai 3 dano. Is this clear to all of you, Lamai? Okay. Now, let's move on to the next part. Now, then we are going to do something. We are going to learn something really like interesting after this. I was wondering if I'm going to make you do another question or... No, we'll finish this also and then let's do the question after that. Put a topic, isotopes. Put a topic, isotopes. Okay. So what exactly are isotopes? Isotopes kya lamai in the same element, right? So in the same element, there could be, now we know if you take an element, so for an example, let's say sodium. Sodium's atomic number is 11. Can sodium's atomic number be something else other than 11? What do you think? Can sodium's atomic number be something else other than 11?
No.
No. Why? Because it's the atomic number. Atomic number, I told you, just like the NIC number. It's so unique that no two elements can have the same atomic number, and in one element, the atomic number is a constant. So, isotopes kya lamai ekam element eke. So, for an example, I'm using hydrogen. Ekam element eke. So, ekam element eke na, we know the atomic number is the same. Hydrogen's atomic number is 1. Ekam element eke, there can be different mass numbers. If it's the same element, atomic number is the same, but mass number could be different. Mama kiwena ane mass number unique kiyala. I told you atomic number is unique. So atomic number cannot change, but the mass number can change. Some hydrogen atoms can have mass number 1. Some hydrogen atoms can have mass number 2. Some hydrogen atoms can have mass number 3. So these are called isotopes, right? Same atomic number because it's the same element. If it's the same element, same atomic number, but different mass numbers. So let's see how this happens, Lamaya. Okay. So first of all, let's look at the atomic number. All of these 3 isotopes, they have names. Hydrogen 1,1, we call it protium. Science, well, we have just named it. Hydrogen 1,2 is called, yes, I will explain again, deuterium. Hydrogen 1,3 is called tritium. Okay. Let me explain this one more time. So now if you take a certain element, like for an example, here we are taking hydrogen. In one element, the atomic number is a constant. It's like the NIC number. එක element එකකට තියෙන atomic number එක වෙනස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. And elements දෙකකට එකම atomic number එක තියෙනවද දැන්. So if you take hydrogen, wherever you go on Earth or in this entire universe, if it's hydrogen, atomic number is always 1 and 1 only. But mass number ne api udin iwate. Mass number is what we write at the top, left top. Mass number could be different. So in the same element, if there are different mass numbers, we call them isotopes. So here, hydrogen 1, 1, hydrogen 1, 2, and hydrogen 1, 3 are isotopes. මේගොල්ලන්ට නම් දාලා තියෙනවා. This isotope is called protium. This isotope is called deuterium, and this isotope is called tritium. Is this clear, lamai? Okay. Okay, so if you look at protium, deuterium, and tritium, normal names කියලා නැහැ. Just that. I mean, normal name එක නම් it's just hydrogen. Hydrogen 1, 1, hydrogen 1, 2, and hydrogen 1, 3. හැම isotope එකකටම නමක් දාලා නැහැ ළමයි. But for hydrogen, we have just given names.
So
Okay.
teacher, does that mean like until like infinity, like there are names?
No. Hydrogen වල තියෙන මේ තුන් දෙනා විතරයි. Mass number එක තව වෙනස් වෙන්න බෑ. In hydrogen, some hydrogen atoms have mass number 1, some hydrogen atoms have mass number 2, some hydrogen atoms have mass number 3. That's it. Wherever you go on this earth, in this world, hydrogen වල ඉන්නේ මේ isotopes තුන විතරයි. Is it clear, Shelly?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just to make it clear for you, let me just take another example. Let's say carbon. You drew the periodic table already, Nick. Can you tell me the atomic number of carbon from the periodic table that you already drew? 6, no? Atomic number is 6. Carbon වල ළමයි, there are 3 mass numbers. Some carbon atoms have mass number 2. Some carbon atoms have mass number, some carbon atoms have mass number 12. Some carbon atoms have mass number 13. And some carbon atoms have mass number 14. We call these isotopes. Same element but different mass numbers. තියෙන ඒවට අපි කියනවා isotopes කියලා. මේවට නම් ළමයි they don't have different names. හැම isotope එකකටම we don't put names, but for hydrogen only we have put protium, deuterium, and tritium. So these are also another example for isotopes. We'll talk about them later. For now, let's come to hydrogen. Okay, so let's first write the atomic number. What is the atomic number of protium? What is the atomic number of protium?
1.
Okay. What is the atomic number of deuterium?
1.
What is the atomic number of tritium?
1.
1. Okay, so that is atomic number. Let's see mass number. What is the mass number of protium?
1.
Mass number of deuterium?
2. 2.
2. Mass number of tritium?
3.
3. So we can see same atomic number but different mass numbers. Okay, next one. How many protons does protium have? How many protons does protium have?
1.
How did you get that one?
Because atomic number equals the number of protons.
Atomic number equals number of protons. If atomic number is 1, number of protons is 1. How many protons are there in deuterium?
1.
Others?
1.
Okay, others? Come on, everybody answer. What is the number? How many protons are there in deuterium? 1, okay. How many protons are there in tritium?
1.
1. Why, Lamai? Because atomic number is a number of protons. So number of protons doesn't change because atomic number is the same. Then let's write number of electrons. How many electrons does protium have?
One.
How did you get 1? How did you all get 1? Most of you have gotten 1. How? How did you get the number of electrons as 1?
Because the number of electrons.
The number of protons equals the number of electrons in an uncharged atom. දැන් මේගොල්ලන් කාගේවත් charge එකක් නැහැනේ plus the minus the කියලා there's no charge. Therefore protons and electrons are equal. So මෙයාගේ protons 1 electrons 1 protons 1 electrons 1 protons 1 electrons 1. So no problem there. Now let's fill the other one, number of neutrons. How many neutrons are there in protium?
Teacher, what did you say?
The number of neutrons in protium. In protium, how many neutrons are there?
Neutrons from 0, right?
Okay, Alia says 0. Others?
1.
Okay, 1,
No, it's 0. Sorry.
0. Okay. Getting another answer as 0. How did you get 0? Okay, I'm getting another answer as 0. How did you get 0, Lamai?
1 minus 1.
1 minus 1. Yes, because mass number kiyanne protons plus neutrons. So, neutrons kila kiyanne mass number ken you have to subtract the number of protons. If the mass number is 1 and the protons is also 1, neutrons have to be 0. Then protons plus neutrons can 1 plus 0 will only be 1. Okay, good. How many neutrons are there in deuterium? How many neutrons are there in deuterium? Shanaz, I sent you the whiteboard link again. Yes, Lamai. Mass number is 2 and neutrons 1. Then protons 1, neutrons 1, 1 plus 1, mass number you get 2. Makes sense. How many neutrons are there in tritium? Others? 2. So protons 1, neutrons 2, 1 plus 2 is 3. So mass number is 3. Makes sense again. So if you look at this, if you look at isotopes, what is actually different is the mass number. Mass number is different because atomic number is the same. Mass number is different. And how is the mass number different? Because the number of neutrons are different. Now, some protons and electrons are the same. Only the number of neutrons are different. Is this clear to all of you? Give me a thumbs up, please. Give me a thumbs up, all of you. What about others? Okay, don't write this yet because we have to write a note. Give me a second. You put the topic isotopes, no? So let's write a small point. Okay. I will give you some other examples, but first let's write this. මේක මම table එකක් විදිහට හදන්නේ, so you can copy down once you are done writing the first 3 points, you can copy down this table. Okay, Lamai, quickly write this one. Reshan, yes, we can send. Can you send a WhatsApp message? Did you already send the WhatsApp message requesting the recordings? If you didn't send one already, send one on WhatsApp, and then from the office they will send the notes and the recordings. There's not much notes actually because we hand wrote all the notes, but yeah, if we send the recordings, from that you can write the note as well. Okay, send a WhatsApp message. Okay, quickly write everybody. Done writing, lamai? Give me a thumbs up, others. Anybody who needs more time? Okay. So hydrogen is not the only element that has isotopes. There's another one. Can you all add here? Make example 1 කියලා දානවද? Put this as example 1. And example 2 is carbon. Can you all tell me the atomic number? I already asked it. Earlier I asked the atomic number of carbon. So carbon wala there are 3 isotopes. Carbon, carbon, carbon. Since the atomic number of carbon is 6, all of them have the atomic number 6, because atomic number doesn't change. Some carbon atoms have mass number 12, some carbon atoms have mass number 13, and some carbon atoms have mass number 14. So these are the 3 different isotopes of carbon. We are not going to talk too much details about this. මොකද අපි hydrogen වල ඉගෙන ගත්ත හින්දා. And also, even though hydrogen, the 3 isotopes have separate names, not all isotopes have names. Yeah? Then, if we take another example, oxygen. Oxygen gatathem, oxygen wala mainly there are 2 isotopes. There are actually 3, but mainly there are 2. What is the atomic number of oxygen?
8.
What's that? 8. Some oxygen atoms have mass number 16, some have mass number 18. These are the isotopes of oxygen. Then if you take another one, chlorine. Chlorine also has 2 isotopes. What is the atomic number of chlorine? Can you all check and tell me? 17. Mass number, some chlorine atoms have 35, some chlorine atoms have 37. See, isotopes. Can you all quickly write the examples 2, 3, and 4 also? Quickly write. Okay. Now, Lamai, if you take these isotopes, now if you take chlorine, right? Chlorine, there are 2 isotopes, chlorine 1735 and 1737. Both these isotopes are present in nature. Nature wala chlorine, some are chlorine, they are 1735, some chlorine, it's 1737. So we can say this as a percentage. So we can say in the nature, chlorine 1735 isotope එක ඉන්නවා 75%. In the nature, chlorine 1737 කියන isotope එක ඉන්නවා about 25%. ඒ වගේම හැම isotope එකකම you can express the percentage. If you take oxygen, now oxygen is everywhere, we breathe oxygen, oxygen we use for many things. So some oxygen it's 816, some oxygen it's 818. So as a percentage, you can say, මෙයාගේ මෙච්චර percentage එකක් තියෙනවා, මෙයාගේ මෙච්චර percentage එකක් තියෙනවා. Same with carbon. Same with carbon. මෙයාගේ මෙච්චර තියෙනවා, මෙයාගේ මෙච්චර තියෙනවා, මෙයාගේ මෙච්චර තියෙනවා කියලා we can say it as the percentage. Hydrogen will also is the same. So expressing percentages like this, we call it percentage abundance of the isotopes. Isotopes are percentage abundance. As an example, it's all right to just know this. Anitya percentage abundances, then again don't know. So these are the percentages of how much each isotope is present. Is that clear? Thumbs up. Okay, quickly write this as well. 1 minute, quickly write.
Can you explain the last bit?
Yes. So what this means is that now if you take chlorine, chlorine chlorine can exist as a gas. Then sometimes chlorine can even be a liquid. Chlorine can be with other elements. So if you take chlorine altogether that is present in the world, we can say majority of the chlorine is chlorine 1735 isotope. So there's about 75% in the nature. In chlorine 1737 isotope, there's only about 25%. So ඒ වගේ හැම isotope එකකටම you can express a percentage. මෙයාගේ මෙච්චර percentage එකක් තියෙනවා, මෙයාගේ මෙච්චර percentage එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා. So that we call percentage abundance of the isotopes. Is it clear, Sashali? Okay. Quickly write this, Lamai. Okay, shall we do a question? Now, this is a bit of a long question. You can write with me. You can write the question with me. So Lama, here X is a false symbol. Nikamama dila symbol leka. In this question, in Roman number 7, you have to identify the real element. What is the actual element of sodium? Magati Verdil answer Q. So here it's sodium. So I will change it. Now it's no longer sodium. This is something else. Can you all change these values? 13 electrons and 14 neutrons. Okay.
Miss, what are the values for electrons and neutrons?
The values for electrons and neutrons are there are 13 electrons and 14 neutrons. Earlier මම වෙන values
Yes,
එකක් දැම්මේ but ඒකේ මට වැරදිලා answer එක කියවුණානේ. එතකොට ඒක not fair නේ, so I changed the values. 13 electrons, 14 neutrons. There are 9 Roman numbers, 9 questions. All short answer questions. So short answer questions, so you can just write answers in a very short way. Okay, quickly do. I will set a timer for 7 minutes. I think 7 minutes would be enough, but if you need more time, I will give. Quickly do this. While you do this, give me like 2-3 minutes. I will quickly be back. එතකම් ඔයගොල්ලෝ මේක කරන්න. I'll set the timer for 7 minutes. Am I done? Have you all finished? Others? Who needs more time? Okay, seems like everybody has finished. There is an element X. It has 13 electrons and 14 neutrons. What is its atomic number? What is the atomic number of this? Yes. How did you get the atomic number as 13? Okay, 13. How did you get it as 13? Yes. Electrons equals protons. Atomic number is protons. So it's 13. Yeah. How many protons does it have? Good. 13. What is its mass number? Others? Okay.
27.
Okay. Others? Okay. Okay. Yes. Mass number is protons plus neutrons. Protons 13, neutrons 14. 13 plus 14 is 27. Good. Write its electronic configuration.
2, 8.
283. Okay. Others? Others?
2, 8.
It has 13 electrons. So electronic configuration is how electrons are arranged. So first takara 2, second takara 8. So 2 plus 8 is 10. 13 can have 3 remaining. That 3 go to the last energy level. So 283. To which period does it belong?
Third period.
Third period. Yeah. Because there are 3 energy levels, therefore it's third period. Good. It doesn't. Third period. To which group does it belong?
Group 3. Roman number.
Others?
2, 3.
Others? Same or different answers? In the chat box also I'm getting answers. Yes, Alia.
Same answer.
Same answer, yes. Last energy level has 3 electrons, so it is group 3, and we said group numbers are Roman numerals well in that. Identify the real element and write its symbol. What is a real element?
Aluminium.
Yes. It is in fact aluminium. 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, 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 11, 12, 13. So 13 is aluminium. Aluminium, and its symbol is a capital L symbol. Express the atomic number and mass number in the standard way. We know that we write the chemical symbol of the element. Left bottom, we write the atomic number, which is 13. Left top, we write the mass number, which is 27. Then, is this a metal, non-metal, or a metalloid?
This is a metal.
It's a metal. Last week, we shaded a periodic table. Neither. We shaded with different colors for metals, non-metals, and metalloids. Yeah. So then we know aluminium is metal. Okay. Good. How did you get group as 3? The group we determine by looking at the number of energy levels in the last energy level. Sorry, number of electrons in the last energy level. Here, the first energy level has 2 electrons, second energy level has 8 electrons, and the third energy level has 3 electrons. Therefore, since the last energy level has 3 electrons, we say it's group 3. Okay? Is that clear? Okay. You understood though, right? Okay. All right. So we'll move on to the next part. Put a subtopic patterns in the periodic table. Patterns in the periodic table. So if you look at the periodic table line, there are so many patterns that we can see. Fortunately or unfortunately, we are not going to be learning about all the patterns, but we are going to focus on two patterns, right? Number one is first ionization energy. Just put the topic as first ionization energy and put your pen down because you'll have to listen to this. Just put the topic first ionization energy. Just put the topic first ionization energy and we'll discuss. Okay. Now put your pen down and listen very carefully. So in our periodic table, there are 20 elements, but in addition to that, in the big periodic table, there are a lot of elements, right? So in any of these elements, what we call the first ionization energy is this. Example, we'll take sodium. What you're going to do is you are going to take one atom of sodium. Sodium, you are going to take one atom. And you know, things can exist as solid, liquid, and gas, right? So any solid, when you heat it, it will become a liquid. And any liquid, when you heat it, becomes a gas, right? So sodium atom make mama ganna gas atom meka. So sodium can be a solid, a liquid, or a gas. In this particular case, I'm going to take a gaseous atom. Sodium valley ma gaseous atom meka gan. Aragena, I'm going to, so if you look at the sodium atom, there are sodium will atomic number 11. Since the atomic number is 11, there are 11 protons. Okay. And we know protons and electrons are equal. So, since protons are 11, electrons are also 11. What is the charge of a proton? Is it positive or negative or neutral? Charge of a proton.
Positive.
Positive. It's positive. Since there are 11 protons, there's a charge of plus 11. What is the charge of an electron? Positive, negative, or neutral?
Negative.
It's negative. Since there are 11 electrons, there's minus 11. Then, Amai, what is the total charge here? Plus 11, minus 11. So, what is the charge here? Plus 7 and minus.
Zero.
Sorry? Yes. Go ahead. Lama.
0.
0. Plus 11 and minus 11 cancel. So, the total charge is 0. Ekai mam metan muku charge ka plus sari. Minus sari monad dalanai. It's 0. 0 ka daan we can just leave it like this. This is a sodium atom in the gaseous state. What I'm going to do this, I'm going to break it down and I'm going to remove one electron from this. Sodium atom making mama eliyathina ka electron ekak remove karna. I'm going to remove one electron from the sodium atom in the gaseous state. Let's see what happens. Does the number of protons change when I remove an electron?
Yes.
Are you sure? Will the number of protons change when I remove an electron? I'm just removing one electron from the sodium atom in the gaseous state. Will the number of protons change?
No.
No. Number of protons will not change. Why? Ma protons में कुछ करे ना यानी. I only removed one electron. When I remove one electron, nothing happens to the protons, right? So protons will still be 11. And since protons have a positive charge, it will be plus 11. Then I can electron එකක් remove කරානේ. Then sodium atom එකට electrons කීයක් තියෙනවද? How many?
10.
Yes.
Teacher doesn't
Yes, Asheni.
atomic number should be equal.
Atomic number is equal to the number of protons, but the number of protons doesn't change. So that's okay. Vinadia Kina, you will understand it in like 1 minute. I'll come to that. I think what you're asking is like, because atomic number can also be taken as a number of electrons, right? But here the electrons change. Then you're asking what happens to the atomic number, right? Yes. So we'll see. Now I removed one electron. Earlier it had 11 electrons, but when I removed one electron, now it only has 10 electrons. Since electrons have a negative charge, this is minus 10. Now can you all tell me what the total charge is? Now what's the total charge? Plus 11 minus 10, balance unahama, what do you get? Plus 1. So now sodium has a plus charge. Sodium will have a plus charge. Plus 1 එක මම මෙහෙම plus 1 කියලා ලියන්න ඕන. I can just write a plus. Just writing a plus means there's 1 plus. This should also be in the gaseous state. Did you all understand this scenario? Give me a thumbs up, please.
Can you explain again?
Yes, I will explain it again. So what happens is that there is sodium atom. Now for the example, I take sodium. No? So there is an atom of sodium in the gaseous state, not solid, not liquid, but in the gas state. So I take the number of protons 11, so it's plus 11. Electrons minus 11, total charge is 0. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove one electron. Remove one electron. When I remove one electron, what happens? The electron එක remove කරපුවක පැත්තක ඉන්නවා. It will still have 11 protons, so plus 11. It will only have 10 electrons, so minus 11. And the total charge will be plus 1. Plus 11 minus 10. So the total charge will be plus 1. So I'm going to write this as sodium plus. This should also be in the gas state. Gas එකක් විදිහට ඉන්න ඕන. අර remove කරපු electron එක, it is at the side like this. Is it clear, Alia?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. So you might wonder what does this have to do with first ionization energy? ළමයි first ionization energy කියන්නේ how much energy do I have to give for this to happen? මේක කරන්න මම කොච්චර energy එකක් දෙන්න ඕනද? මේ වගේ එකක් automatically වෙන්නේ නැහැ. For an example, if you take something like I want to talk. That's a stupid example. Let's take something else like very simple example like this light bulb. The light bulb will not automatically light up. I have to switch on the switch, then electrical energy will go there. Light will, right? The fan will not automatically operate. Electrical energy dunnahame operate when. So Godak Deval, if you want to make a change, you have to give a certain energy. Sodium normally sodium is normally like this. If I want to remove one electron and to make this happen, I have to give energy. Mama energy ekak denna one. The energy that I have to give is called first ionization energy. In any element, if you take an atom in the gaseous state, the amount of energy you have to give to remove one electron is what we call the first ionization energy. Is that clear to all of you? Others? Everybody? Okay. So,
Miss,
yes, Jituli.
Miss, what's the point of like keeping G as its brackets?
What's the point of writing G in the brackets?
Yeah.
So, when you just write sodium, people might wonder then when you're so in science, it's all about being transparent, right? Science වල එක scientist කෙනෙක් ලියපු දෙයක් තව scientist කෙනෙකුට read කරලා understand කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕන. ඒකින්ද chemistry වල always when you're writing things as a practice we write is it a solid, is it a liquid or is it a gas? ඒතර ඒක අපි කොහොමද ලියන්නේ මෙහෙම brackets ඇතුලේ තමයි ලියන්නේ. So for an example if it's sodium solid I write sodium within brackets like a small bracket, huh? I write S. That means it's solid. Am I lagging still or can you all hear me now? Sashali, am I still lagging? Excuse me. Okay. So if I take sodium as a solid, sodium කියලා ලියලා මෙහෙම brackets ඇතුලේ I put S, simple S. එතකොට වෙන කෙනෙක් බලද්දී වුණත් එයාට තේරෙනවා ඒ කියන්නේ මේ solid එකක්. If I take sodium as a liquid, I have to write sodium within brackets. I write simple L. That means it's a liquid. So පස්සේ බලන කෙනෙකුට උනත් තේරෙනවා මේ liquid එකක් කියලා. If I'm taking gas within brackets, I write gas. G, simple G. That means it's a gas. So in grade 10, you're not expected to write the physical state always. හැබැයි මේක මෙහෙම දාන්න ඇයි කියලා you should know. So that's a good question. We always express it because it's very important. Because chemical reactions change depending on whether a particular element is a solid, liquid or a gas. Solid විදියට ඉන්නකොට chemical reaction එක වෙනස්. Liquid විදියට ඉන්නකොට chemical reaction එක වෙනස්. Gas එකක් විදියට ඉදී chemical reaction එක වෙනස්. Therefore it's important that we know. Is that clear, Jituli?
Yeah, Miss, but how do we know that it's solid, liquid or gas?
Generally, okay, so sometimes they might give it, right? එහෙම නැත්නම් now if you take this particular case first ionization energy වල නම් it always has to be a gas. Gases කියන්නේ atom එක gas state එකේ ඉන්න ඕනේ first ionization energy වලට. In other cases if you just take a random case they would most of the time give. And in grade 10 we in the future we are getting more chemistry lessons. එතකොට අපි ගොඩාක් chemical reactions ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. ඒතර ඉගෙන ගද්දිම textbook එකේ මේගොල්ලන් කියනවා this is a solid, this is a liquid, this is a gas කියලා. In some chemical reactions you have to study that as well. Okay, Jituli?
Okay, Miss.
Okay. Any other questions, Lamai? Okay, then let's start writing. දැනට මේක ලියන්න එපා. I will give a few points. මතකම ලියන්න. ළමයි unipositive gaseous atom ion කියලා කියන්නේ unipositive means it's always plus one charge එකක් තමයි හැම වෙලෙම තියෙන්නේ. Gaseous means it's a gas. Unipositive gaseous. Iron කියලා කියන්නේ හැම වෙලෙම charge එකක් තියෙන එකේකට අපි කියන්නේ iron එකක් කියලා. That's why it's called an ion. Quickly write this. Yes, Savinu, you have to write the example as well. පොඩක් clear වෙන්න ඔයගොල්ලන් කැමති නම් you can use like a few different colors so that it will be clearer like what I have used. Quickly write this, then I will explain the rest. G means gas කියන එක. G means gas. If it was a solid, we put simple S. If it was a liquid, we put simple L. Since it's a gas, we put simple G. Done, ළමයි? I'll give you a few more minutes. Okay. Okay, no worries. I'll give you a few more minutes. Done, ළමයි? Okay. So this is how first ionization energy changes, right? For an example, let's consider period 2. Period 2 ke monada තියෙන elements? We have what's the first element in period 2? Lithium, yes. Then what do we have? Beryllium. Lithium වලට වඩා beryllium වල first ionization energy එක වැඩි. Then we have boron. Boron is the third element, group 3. එයාගේ first ionization energy එක චුට්ටක් අඩු වෙනවා, boron. Then carbon වල ආය වැඩි වෙනවා. Carbon is group 4. Nitrogen වල ආය වැඩි වෙනවා, which is group 5. Oxygen වල ආය චුට්ටක් අඩු වෙනවා, group 6. Fluorine ආය වැඩි වෙනවා, neon ආය වැඩි වෙනවා. If you take one period, this is how first ionization energy varies. Lithium වල තමයි අඩුම, beryllium වල වැඩි, boron වල ආය චුට්ටක් අඩුයි, carbon වැඩි, nitrogen වැඩි, oxygen චුට්ටක් අඩුයි, fluorine වැඩි, neon වැඩි. This is how first ionization energy varies in period 2, in one period. In period 2, which element has the lowest first ionization energy in the second period? Which element has the lowest first ionization energy? Others? Quickly tell. According to this chart, which element has the lowest first ionization energy?
Lithium.
Lithium, right? It's the lowest. Yes. Which one has the highest first ionization energy? Others? Others? Yes, it's neon. So that's the second period. So let's see how it happens in the third period. The neon වලට පස්සේ ඊළඟට එන්නේ sodium නේ. So it goes like this. This is the first ionization energy of sodium. Sodium වල ආය අඩු වෙනවා. Magnesium වල ආය වැඩි වෙනවා. Aluminium is the third period. එයාගේ චුට්ටක් අඩු වෙනවා. Silicon වැඩි. Phosphorus වැඩි. Sulfur ආය චුට්ටක් අඩු වෙනවා. Chlorine වැඩි. Argon වැඩි. This is what happens in the third period. Can you see in both the periods always එන්නෙන්නේ වැඩි වෙනවා, හැබැයි third එක්කෙනාවයි sixth එක්කෙනාවයි චුට්ටක් අඩු වෙනවා. Always the first ionization energy increases in a period, but the third one and the sixth one decreases a little. See here, මෙන්න මෙහෙ වැඩි වෙනවා, third එකේනා චුට්ටක් අඩු වෙනවා. ආයෙ වැඩි වෙනවා, sixth එකේනා චුට්ටක් අඩු වෙනවා, ආයෙ වැඩි වෙනවා. Here also වැඩි වෙනවා, third එකේනා චුට්ටක් අඩු වෙනවා, වැඩි වෙනවා, sixth එකේනා චුට්ටක් අඩු වෙනවා, ආයෙ වැඩි වෙනවා. Can you all see that, ළමයි? Is this clear?
Yes, teacher.
Others? Okay. So this is period 2 and period 3. Now පිටුරු periods ටිකත් add කරමු. Period 1 එකේ අපිට ඉන්නේ helium, hydrogen and helium, right? So helium ගේ first ionization energy here and hydrogen ගේ first ionization energy here. Don't worry, we won't draw this today. I will let's draw this next day. But let's finish explaining so that we can start the next week's class by drawing this. So we have potassium and we have calcium. Like this. So this is how the first ionization energy changes in the periodic table, in our periodic table. So looking at this first ionization energy, can you tell me which element in the first 20 elements has the highest first ionization energy? Which one has the highest first ionization energy? Of all of this. Okay. Others? I got one answer.
Potassium.
Highest.
Oh, helium.
Helium. Lowest is potassium. මේ ඔක්කොම බලුවම highest ම තියෙන helium, lowest ම තියෙන potassium. Okay. All right. We'll wrap up from, I can see the number of students going down little by little. Anyways, since it's 9:30, we'll wrap up. We won't draw this today, but I will give you time to draw this next week. Anyhow, I will send the whiteboard note. ඔයගලන් කැමති නම් whiteboard note එකේ මේක copy කරගන්න. But anyhow, I will give time during the next class. So next week we are going to finish this lesson. And then in the coming 2 weeks, we can finish the 4th and 5th lessons. And then we'll be done with the first term lessons. And 6th lesson එකක් තියෙනවා නේ. Okay. Before we end the class, any questions, any concerns, any doubts that you have, or is everything clear? If everything is clear, give me a thumbs up. If you have questions, you can ask. Jituli, Kushit, Nikini, Dihansa, Sala, Savindu, Shanaz, Ranmihi, Chalukya. All good? Okay. Then, Lamai, next week we are meeting on, same to you. Next week we are meeting on 17th Tuesday. Until then, have a great week. Study, as I said, Marudde, කලින් කිව්වා වගේ උදේ නෙවෙයි. කලින් කිව්වා වගේ පාඩම් කරන්න. Yeah. Homework විදිහට periodic table එක study කරන් එන්න. That's all the homework you have. I will ask you the periodic table by memory. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Then we'll meet next week. Until then, have a great week and good night.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay.
Good night, Miss. Thank you.
Good night.